Welcome back to e-learning. This is Dr. Rajshekhar Maridhi, MSc, MPhil, PhD, Chemistry, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, College of Natural and Computational Sciences, University of Kabridahar, Somali region, Ethiopia. So the program is fourth year BSc Chemistry, course Chemistry of Consumer Products. Topic is hair colorants, video 1. Let us discuss the topics now. Topics to be covered here is the chapter is 4, hair colorants. We'll discuss about the contents like history, introduction, hair dyeing systems, the requirements of a good hair dye, classification of hair dyes, that is permanent hair dye, demi-permanent hair dye, semi-permanent hair dye, gradual hair dye, and temporary hair dye, oxidation dyes, and natural dyes. This is about the topics to be covered in this class. So let us see the different types of colorants. We can see there are different set of pictures are there. Around 28 different colored pictures are there. All these are different colors, different shades of colors, we can say black, brown, and yellow, light brown, dark brown, white, light white, something like that. We can see different colors. So let us see the history now. Sources of dyes. It is from natural, that is from the plant sources. The dyeing of hair is an ancient art. Plants are the sources of dyes in ancient times. Some of the most well known are henna. The biological name is Lawsonia inermis, indigo, cassia obiota, senna, turmeric, and amla. So this is about the natural dyes. The main source of dyes is natural, that is from plants. So we have the different sources from plants like henna, very common in India. Almost all the people use henna for the hair colorants, and also others are mentioned here. Coming to the synthetic dyes, that is artificial dyes. Others include cotton, black, walnut hulls, red ochre, and leeks. The development of synthetic dyes for hair is traced in 1860s discovery of the reactivity of PPD, that is polyphenyldiamine, natural hair dye. Hair dyeing is now a multi-billion dollar industry that involves the use of both plant-derived and synthetic dyes. Along with the natural dyes available from the plant source, artificially there are other sources also available. So from 1860s, because of the discovery of the PPD, polyphenyldiamine, which is a natural hair dye. Since then, it has become the multi-billion dollar industry. So if we see now, nowadays, or from ancient days also, almost all the people, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, cadre, almost all the people in the world, all human beings, wants to color their hair, irrespective of the gender also. It plays very important role. Therefore, it is become the multi-billion dollar industry. Reason for coloring hair. What is the main reason for to color the hair? If you see the reason here, hair coloring is a practice. It's simply a practice. Common reasons are to cover the gray hair, to change color more fashionable or desirable, and to restore the original color hair after it has been discolored by hair dressing process or sun bleaching. In the 1661 books of the secrets of art and nature, various methods of coloring hair, that is black, gold, green, red, yellow, and white, are explained. So the reason for the coloring the hair is to cover the gray hair. Of course, it is become a fashion or it's a desire, and mainly to restore the lost color, and also because of the some of the physical activities like discoloring of the hair. When the people are interested to go for hair dressing, color will be discolored. So all these things are the main root cause for the reason to color the hair. Various colors have been seen anciently 400 years back. Even it is there, coloring black, gold, green, red, yellow, and white. So this is about the reason for coloring the hair. Ancient color dyes. So ancient history, if you see, hair dye are used for the hair coloring are of naturally or relatively ancient origin. The earlier known hair dyes were natural organic substances obtained from plants which were used as infusions, decoctions, or packs. So natural organic substances have been used anciently to make the color for the hair, probably using the infusions means extract. Extract means taking the some plant sources or leaves, boiling to with some solvents, and the extract you will get. That is called as infusions, called the extract. Decoctions, we can see, for example, if you boil the coffee in water, you will get the black coffee decoction. That is an example of decoction. All these different types of methods are used for previously in the ancient history for coloring the hair by using natural organic substances. So in the ancient times, if you see the purpose or the method of dyeing involves reducing the hair or adding the color to the hair. From ancient times, henna was used for the coloring hairs, as we know it very well. Hair dye preparations are products that either reduce the color of hair, such as hair bleaches, or products that adds color to attain a desirable effect. So henna can be used as the ancient dye, and also the main purpose of this ancient dyes is they will reduce the hair by means of application, such as hair bleaches, or if you want to add the color also, these products can be used. Example, we can see the indigo dye. It is utilized as dye obtained from the leaves of Isatis tinitora. The best source of indigo for hair is Indigo ferra argentea. So this is about example of the indigo dye. And dye categories. The dyeing of the hair products. The dyeing of the hair can be done by means of two categories. The two main categories are oxidative dyes or non-oxidative dyes, and also according to the color durability after the application on hair strands. So the color can be done by means of two categories: dyeing process, oxidative or non-oxidative. So this is about the dyeing colors, dye categories, and types of dyeing methods. There are four different types of dyeing methods are there. First one is temporary dyeing method, semi-permanent dyeing method, demi-permanent dyeing method, and the permanent dyeing method. Many studies established the diffusion path of dye molecule to the inner hair fiber. So here the four methods can be implanted to get the color to the hair. The coloring by these four methods involves the diffusion path of the dye molecule. The dye molecule diffuses into the inner hair fibers. That is nothing but the application process of color to the hair. Mechanism of action of dyes involves two methods, two terminologies there, that is permeation and migration. So the action of dyes or color impartation on the hair strands can be done by means of permeation method and migration method. What is permeation? What is migration means? Permeation, it involves the permeation of the molecules into intercuticular regions passing through non-keratinized regions of the endocuticle and the intracellular cement. This is about the permeation. And the migration means in the later stages, it migrates to keratinized regions and eventually reaches the microfibrils before being incorporated into the matrix. So this is about the definition to understand. Actually, how to understand this permeation and migration means? Permeation means it is simply the dye molecule will be absorbed onto the strands of hair. That is, the hair contains the different types of strands are there. And hair, if you see the, you can see in the later slides about the structure of hair follicle. So the surface of the hair follicle contains the non-keratinized regions where the protein content is not there. And inside that keratinized regions, if you go deeper into the hair strand, there will be protein regions called as keratinized regions. So the application of color can be done first on the non-keratinized surface of the hair follicle, and slowly it reaches into the migrates into the microfibrils. That is the meaning of migration. Permeation means simply the dye will be passing over the surface of the hair strand towards the non-keratinized regions of the endocuticle. And the migration means after reaching the surface of the hair follicle, the color of the dye migrates into the deeper region called the keratinized regions and finally reaches the macrofibrils that is present inside the matrix. This is about the permeation and migration. Sources of plants for colors. Other plants used for coloring the hair is chamomile and decoctions of woody fibers, barks or nuts from several trees such as bristlewood, redwood, catacho, gamnier, longwood, bluewood, etc. So some of the examples are nutgalls, gallnuts, quercitron from oak tree, quercus tinctoria, walnut, juglans, cinnamon, etc. All these are the biological terms we can say. So the sources of plants For colors means we can use the chamomile. Means this is the example. We can see the flower here. From that we can get the different decoction, and also we can use different types of woods mentioned here. So that is the main sources of colors from these different parts of the plants or leaves or even the trees, we can say. So let us see the structure of the hair follicle. So this is not a bark or any other tree. It is simply the hair strand. If you observe by means of microscope, you can divide the hair follicle into such type of division. You can see here the first of all at the bottom right side cortex. Cortex is there, which is the main part to be colored, which is inside the hair follicle. And next, matrix protein is there, that is also present inside the flakes, or we can see some of the. It's like a fish flakes on the surface of the hair. So inside that we can see the matrix protein and cuticle, the surface part of the hair containing the flakes, that is called as the cuticle. And we see the upper part of the hair follicle. Cross section of cuticle is there. We can see the diagram, and the cortical cell is there where the small spots are observed there, called as a cortical cell. So this is about the outward structure of the hair follicle. Advantages of hair dyeing systems. Their main advantage over modern hair dye are that they are harmless to the scalp and cause no irritation to the skin. So the main advantage of these coloring dyes naturally, they are not irritative, they are harmless. Disadvantages is even though they are good for coloring without any side effects, but they cannot make the uniform coloration, and also they cannot last for a long time. That is a disadvantage of these natural hair dye systems. And dye interaction. How the dye will be interacted means the temporary and the semi-permanent dyes or non-oxidative dyes are based on the colorful molecules named dye deposition, because the dye molecule only interacts with the hair cuticles. So we can see the different dyeing systems we have seen in previous slides, temporary and semi-permanent. Temporary means last for some time. Semi-permanent means shorter time. So these both are temporary and semi-permanent are non-oxidative dyes. Oxidative dyes are permanent. Because they are non-oxidative, they are not permanent. So these two types of methods of dye interactions we can see are based on the colorful molecules named dye depositions, because the dye molecule only interacts with the hair cuticles, that is the surface part of the hair follicles. That is where the color will not go inside. So the color will not last for a long time. So this is about the dye interaction for the temporary and the semi-permanent dyeing systems. Small penetration, that is the hair cortex, we can see. We have seen the picture hair cortex. So the small penetration will take place. When there is a small penetration of the molecules into the hair cortex, they are named as semi-permanent products and can be resistant up to 6 washes. So some sort of penetration, very small penetration can be done by the dye molecules, and they can be called as the semi-permanent dyes, and they can resist the color up to 6 washes only. And there is also another type of dyeing system called as deep penetration oxidizing agent in presence of the oxidizing agent. So the demi-permanent means, demi means 50%. We can say coloration of the 50%. The demi-permanent and the permanent oxidative dyes are based on the precursors named oxidation dyes, whose color characteristics are developed by means of the interaction with an oxidizing agent and present longer lasting color. So here, if you see, the deep penetration can be done by means of two methods of called as demi-permanent and permanent oxidative dyes, where the oxidizing agent is present, which colors the hair shafts and makes it to stay for longer time. That is about the deep penetration involving the oxidizing agent. The requirements of the good hair dye, we can see there are some requirements for the good hair dye. There are 5 different points are there to understand. The first point, if you see the corner, I have kept the word, simple word to understand in bracket. First word is shape. Second one is colors the hair. Third one is not damage the hair. Fourth one is brings new color to the hair. Fifth one is should allows hair treatments. So the requirements of a good hair dye means it should not be injurious to human scalp, hair and skin. The color what you want to make on the hair should be safe, and it should dye the hair but not the skin. or scalp. The color of the hair should be done properly, not involving any skin underneath the hair. That is the second point. It should not damage the structure of the hair. The good quality of the good hair dye should not damage the structure of the hair. That is also very important. And the fourth point is it should not require long time to give the coloration effect. So it should bring new colors immediately, not wasting the time, not taking the time. Fifth point is it should produce lasting shades and be compatible with the other hair treatments. This is also very important. Should allows the hair treatments also. Whenever you impart some color to the hair, it should allow the hair treatments to be done. Otherwise, it is not recommended as a good hair dye. So these are the five different requirements of a good hair dye. In addition to the synthetic dye, other ingredients which are used includes the modifiers, antioxidants, pH surfactants, ammonia, wetting agents, and fragrance. So, along with the good hair dye, these are the things ingredients that must be present to bring the effective quality or the lasting longer time of the hair dye. They are added in small amount to impart the special qualities to hair, such as softening the texture or give a desired action to the dye, such as making it more or less permanent. So these additives or ingredients must be added along with the hair dye as a requirement that brings the hair to be become softening. And the pigments may be also added. Metal oxides such as titanium dioxide and iron oxide are often used as pigments. Along with this, we can add the modifiers called as resorcinol. The commonly used modifier is resorcinol to bring out the color tone to complement the dry pigment. Antioxidants called as sodium sulfide may be also used as an antioxidant to protect the dye from oxidizing with air. This is very important. An alkanizer called as ammonium hydroxide is commonly used alkanizer used to maintain the pH of the dye between 6 to 9 to maintain the dye formula. This is very important. pH maintains the dye formula, otherwise it may be getting oxidized or reduced, imparting into different color. Along with this, we can add some of the other ingredients, maybe different chemicals we can say called as shampoos can be added, fragrances to bring the different aroma, and the chemicals may be added to make the formula creamy, foamy, and thick or contribute to the overall action of the formula. So these things may be also incorporated along with the requirements of the good hair day to bring the complete picture or the complete formula effectively to be acted as a dye. So this is about the requirements. Coming to the main point that is classification. Classification of hair dyes. This is very important for this class. There is six different classifications are there. Permanent hair dye, demi-permanent hair dye, semi-permanent hair dye, gradual hair dye, and temporary hair dye, oxidation dyes. Six different types of dye systems are there, classifications. Let us discuss in detail about all these six for this class. First one is permanent hair dye or permanent oxidative hair dye. So we can see the word it seems that permanent means it will last for a longer time. That is the meaning of permanent. Of course, nothing is permanent in this world. But permanent hair dye, it seems that it will last for longer time coming to the other forms of dyeing systems. Hair color with permanent hair dye would stay for 4 to 6 weeks effectively and does not reduce or remove by washing. Permanent hair dye work on the principle of oxidation. So the very important term to understand in this first point of view, the permanent hair dye is oxidation process or oxidative dyes. Permanent dyes are oxidative dyes where oxidation takes place, which makes the color to get stable for a long time. So all permanent hair dyes are oxidative dyes. They contain four important components. Permanent hair dyes or oxidative dyes contains four components. That is colorless dye precursors like PPD, that is paraphenylene diamine. And the second one is oxidizing agents like hydrogen peroxide, 6% composition. And the third one is the chemical ammonia, and the fourth one is coupler. These four are important components that are present to make the color of the dye to be permanent, called as permanent or oxidative dyes. Permanent hair dyes colors the hair into two different steps which follows. How the permanent hair dye colors means it follows the two steps very importantly. The first one is first is it removes the natural color of the hair. That is the it removes the color that is present on the hair. And the second point is it apply the new hair color on that removed hair. That is the second point. So for this, there is some action of chemical called as ammonia and hydrogen peroxide. So because of the presence of these two chemicals, the dye can be completely dyed on the or colored on the hair follicle permanently. So let us see. The dye precursors PPD, paraphenylen diamine, are the small molecule that penetrate deep into the hair shaft. That is the skin part. Ammonia present in the dye facilitates their entry. Once inside the hair shaft, hydrogen peroxide first bleaches the natural color of hair. It then oxidizes the dye precursor to deposit the new color. That is the principal action of ammonia and hydrogen peroxide. First of all, what happens is the PPD, paraphenylen diamine, are the small molecules that penetrate deep into the hair shaft. For that penetration, ammonia acts as a very important role that it facilitates the entry of the PPD, and also once it enters into the it facilitates the entry. The hydrogen peroxide bleaches the hair to remove the natural color of the hair, and then it oxidizes the dye which is applied on the surface of the hair follicle, oxidizes that color of the dye by using the precursor, that is PPD, so that it can be deposited, the new color will be deposited on the hair follicle permanently. This is about the action of ammonia and hydrogen peroxide in the permanent hair dyes. And second one is demi-permanent hair dyes. Demi means half. That is, half of the portion of the uh, color will be completely incorporated. That is not 100%. Half percent of the color will be incorporated to the hair by means of this demi-permanent hair dyes. So in this process, we can see imparts normal color dye. It's like normal. They are chemically milded as compared to permanent hair dye. This is because they contain less amount of hydrogen peroxide. In other words, demi-permanent hair dyes cannot lighten the pre-existent color of the hair dye. So whatever the color is present before to the hair, that cannot be lightened, that cannot be decreased because of this demi-permanent dyes. One can only go for either a similar or a darker shade than the hair color already present. So in this type of demi-permanent hair dyeing system, cause some sort of darker shade or the same shade, but it cannot reduce the color or it cannot add the new color. The color is developed and deposited just like permanent hair dyes, but is washed out in 12 to 28 seconds. But the color will be some sort that is similar to the hair that is already present with the previous color, and slightly it will be darkened, but not completely. That is why it is called as demi-permanent. That is 50% will be deposited by means of these dyes, oxidative dyes we can say, not permanent, oxidative dyes. And you will get the from with this type of demi-permanent hair dyes we can get the natural look, or it is non-irritatant also. So natural look means when the color is light brown in color, it can be little bit becomes darker, showing that it is naturally looks the same. If the person has 50 percentage of grace hair, and want to stay close to natural hair color, one can use demi-permanent hair dyes. The color imported by these dyes is not as uniform as that with permanent hair color. Hence, demi-permanent hair dyes give a more natural hair color. So whatever the color that is there present before, that will be little bit increased, making it naturally present. Suppose if, for example, if the white color hair is there, if you simply impart that black color, suddenly it changes into black. So that is very abnormal. Suddenly you cannot accept that color from white to black. That is not the case with this. In this case, what happens is whatever the color is present, it will be slightly improved. It looks natural only after having this color. 50 percentage of the grace will be present. That will be slowly increased. The color will be slightly improved, but not completely improved. So this is about the. It gives the natural look actually and non-irritant place, and gentler. These are gentler than the permanent hair dyes, as these are less damaging to the hair shaft and less irritant to the scalp. Individuals with damaged and fragile hair can use these dyes to cover grays. This is very, very important and interesting to understand. Individuals with damaged and fragile hair, if you use this type of demi-permanent hair dyeing system, that gives some sort of natural look and minimizes the damage also. This is gentler. That means it is very gentler to apply to the hair, which is undergoes some sort of damage. And the third one is semi-permanent hair dyes or semi-permanent non-oxidative hair dye. So in this case, we can see they can be either synthetic performer dyes that contain direct diazo like nitroamines or nitrobenzenes, amines, aminophenol compounds, derivatives of naphthalene and anthraphenolene, or a natural dyes like henna, indigo. Being chemically milder, they are suitable for fragile and damaged hair. But these have limited results. They can only blend up to 30% of grays. The color gets washed off 4 to 8 shampoos washes. So in this case of a semi-permanent hair dyes, there are some sort of dyes are there, synthetic dyes as mentioned above. And also they are suitable for the fragile and the damaged hair. If the hair is damaged, we can go for this type of hair dyeing system. They can blend only 30 percentage, not remaining 70 percentage cannot be done. Only 30 percentage small touch up or cover up will be there, and it will stay up to 4 to 8 shampoo washes. So here, if you see the mechanism or the application of coloring in this semi-permanent hair dyes, colors natural hair. No PPD is present. Paraphenylene diamine is not present. The semi-permanent dye can also darken the natural hair shade and not lighten it. Unlike permanent and demi-permanent dyes, they do not contain PPD. We can understand. So here we can see the PPD, paraphenylene diamine, is not present in this case, like permanent and demi-permanent dyes. Because of this, it is not cause any irritation. And here in this case of semi-permanent hair dyes, the color can be darkened from the natural. Naturally, if the hair is 50 percentage of shade is there, it can be increased to 70 like that, and it simply darkens the natural hair, and it will not contain the PPD. Non-allergic, hence the demi-permanent dyes don't cause any allergic reactions because of the absence of PPD. There is no allergic reactions takes place. The fourth one is gradual hair dyeing systems. Gradual, the name indicates that continuous. It's a continuous process. Gradually, the color will increase. In this case, metallic dyes are used. They are aqueous solutions of metals which, when applied on hair, leave black dark shade of metal oxides or sulfides. So metallic dyes are used in this case of hair, gradual hair dyes, and they can be applied on the hair that leaves the metal oxides or sulfides of the hair strands. In this type of gradual hair dyes, there should be, it needs a repeated application. One time application is not sufficient. We have to go for repeated application every week, for example. Weekly once, if we are using this gradual hair dyes, we have to apply it continuously every week to get the good results or completion of the, if you want to increase the shade of the hair color, it should be applied repeatedly. Such metallic dyes need repeated application over a period of weeks. With each application, one can observe the gradual darkening of hair color from gray to yellow, brown to burgundy. The color easily fades off by shampooing. Hence, the gradual hair dyes needs the constant application. When we are going for this type of gradual hair dyes, at least once in a week, and again we will go for the shampooing or cleaning the hair, again the color will be losing. So we have to apply this color gradual hair dyes constantly until some sort of weeks, so that you will get the darkening color of the hair, where you can see the difference after 1 month or a couple of weeks later. No hair straightening to be done. In this case of gradual hair dyeing systems, we can see that there is no hair straightening to be done. Hair perming or straightening procedure should not be done in this case of hair dyeing systems because they can be having the metallic dyes causes damage to the hair. Non-allergic. These metallic hair dyes do not contain PPD. Hence, these dyes are useful for individuals allergic to PPD containing dyes. Doesn't contain the precursors like PPD. So this can be used for the people who are prone to allergic for PPD. For those people, it is mandated. It can be applicable. Coming to the fifth dye, that is temporary dyes. Large size dyes not penetrates but sits. If you see this type of dyes, temporary dyes, the name itself indicates it is temporary. It stays for very less time. They consist of compounds having large sized molecules, larger than the semi-permanent dyes. At large size, the color does not penetrate the hair shaft. Instead, the color just sits outside the hair shaft, very close to the hair surface. That is what we can say. So here, the temporary dyes we can see the molecules of these dyes are bigger than the other dyes we can see, and also because of the bigger size of molecules they cannot penetrate deep into the hair shafts. Therefore these color molecules will be sit on the surface of the hair follicles and can stands up to some time. They can be easily removed after the couple of washings. Fits for poor porous hairs. So these temporary hair dyes are very much interestingly applicable for those who are having poor porous hairs, bad quality hair. Such as color can be washed out within one shampooing, but on poor quality porous hair, even temporary dyes can get absorbed deeper and may stay longer because of the poor quality of the hair or the porous nature present on the hair follicles. These molecules will sit on the broken parts of that hair, and they can be absorbed deeper into the hair follicles deep inside and may stand for a long time. So poor quality hair demands more the temporary dyes where the color sustains for longer time. Careful blending and testing. This is also very important. All the colors used must be carefully blended, combined so that various components do not separate into different tints on hair or uneven texture. So careful blending to be done because on combination of different ingredients, they may, because of uneven distribution or mixing, it may form into separate tints on the hair surfaces, making the texture uneven. So the final product should be thoroughly tested for casting, that is, whether it is fading or not, or light friction, something test should be done. Shampooing and other hair treatments, especially waving and straightening, also to be done. Skin patch test must be advised to check the sensitivity of skin before usage of hair dye product. So the careful blending and testing is must for the people who are using the different types of dyes. So fifth point we are discussing now, that is formula. We can see dye. Temporary dyes having the different formulas 1 and 2. So we can have the different ingredients, formula 1, formula 2. Oleic or coconut fatty acid as ingredient. In the formula 1, 15% is used, formula 2, 25%, and propylene glycol, 10%. It cannot be used in formula 2. And the powdered castle soap, not used in formula 1, and 5% in formula 2. Ammonium hydroxide is QSQS, means aquatic statin. That is, depends on the requirement. And water to be make up to 100 ml, 75% may be used in Formula 1 and 70% in Formula 2. This is about the temporary dyes, Formula 1 and Formula 2. And coming to the oxidation dyes, there are different types of other ingredients also in this. This is the base for the above dye. Serial number, ingredients, and percentage weight by weight. If you see, water 10%, ammonium hydroxide 10%, sodium sulfide 0.5%, EDTA 0.5%, propylene glycol 12%, isopropanol 10%, solubilized lanolin 3%, oleic acid 20%, olyl alcohol 15%. This is about the formula for the oxidation dyes. Procedure, if you see for these oxidation dyes, first point is dissolve and heat. Dissolve the above given dye or the formula of the desired shade in propylene glycol and slightly heat it. After that, mixing and stirring. Mix the oleic acid and lanolin and stir the solution. Add olyl alcohol and isopropanol with continuous mixing and add to the above mixture. Then addition. Add the remaining ingredients to this mixture one by one till it gets uniform mixture of the dye. Apply with the dry brush or pre-washed hairs and last for 12 to 24 washes. After that washing, wash after a watering period of half an hour with color protecting shampoo. This is about the simple procedure of this oxidation dyes. So let us see the overall picture of these dyes. That is the dye type of dye, components that are present in a simple understanding by means of table, action of these dyes, application, duration of color and principle. The first point here is permanent dyes. We have discussed in the previous slides. The components present are PPD, paraphenyl diamine, hydrogen peroxide, ammonia, and coupler are present. Action is, in this case, in the permanent dye, the action will be preparation. PPD preparation will be there, and ammonia access for the entry of the color, and bleaching of the hair takes place by means of hydrogen peroxide and oxidizes into the new color action part. And if you see the application, how the dye is applied is removes natural color and applies new color. So because of these components, the old color will be removed and the new color will be absorbed, oxidized on the surface of the hair strands. Duration will be the color will be stays up to 4 to 6 weeks, and the principle called as the oxidation principle. Very simple to understand. And the second one is demi-permanent hair dyes. Components are no PPD is present, and therefore the action efficacy hydrogen peroxide is present in lesser amount, 50% only. So 50% hair color will be done by means of this. Demi means 50%, and application part is imparts like normal color only, and the duration of shampoo will be 12 to 28 shampoos washes only. It stays. The color will be stays up to 12 to 28 shampoo washes. Principle is non-oxidative. Coming to the third one, that is semi-permanent dyes. Components present are nitroamines or nitrobenzenes, amines, aminophenol compound, derivatives of naphthalene, and anthraquinol, or natural dyes like henna, indigo, or vegetable biocolor. No PPD is there. These are the components we have discussed in the previous slides also. Action is azo dye action will be there. Different dyes are used. We have seen. And application is non-allergic because PPD is not present. And the duration of the color will be 4 to 8 shampoos. And the principle followed here is non-oxidative principle. Fourth point here is fourth dye, gradual hair dyeing systems. No PPDs are there, components. Action will be metallic dyes, metal oxides or sulfides present that will be incorporated on the surface of the hair shafts as an application, as a color dye. The application comes to the needs repeated and constant application, non-allergic. Application, because it is gradual dye, we have to apply it constantly for a couple of weeks to be colored into darkened color. And duration of color is apply every week, that is the duration, and principle is non-oxidative. Temporary dyes, if you see, the components are various ingredients are used. Not only few, we can use different types of natural ingredients also. And action here is large sized dyes are there. Molecules are very large compared to other dyes, not penetrates but sits on the surface. Because of that, application is absorbed deeper on low quality hair and may stay longer. For the low quality type of hair, this is very much recommended and it stays longer. And high quality hair follicles rejects this type of colors. And duration of color will be removed for one shampoo wash only because it is temporary hair dye. And the principle is non-oxidative. Oxidative dyes, if you see the components present are various ingredients are used as like temporary dyes. And the action will be all ingredients are added one by one. So as per the formula given and in the table, application is applied with the brush after washing and duration will be 12 to 24 washes. Principle is oxidative principle. Natural dyes, here the components present are amla, bringraj, henna, mandara, jatamansi, rita, sariva, curvy leaves and methi seeds are well known Ayurvedic herbal drugs. Action will be no side effect because it is all are natural drugs. Application is dyeing carpets, rugs, and clothings by the use of roots, stems, barks, leaves, berries, and flowers of various dyes yielding plants. And duration will be 6 weeks, long time. And the principle is non-oxidative. So this is about the different types of dyeing systems. Of course, the seventh point, non, that is the natural dyes, will be discussed in the second video. So there are different types of natural dyes obtained from the plant sources. They have their own effect, and we will discuss about it in the next video. This is about the today's topic. We have discussed uh, all the points covering the history, introduction, hair dyeing systems, requirements of a good hair dye, and classification also we have discussed. And in the next class, we'll discuss about that. There is a video too regarding the natural hair dyes. Natural dyes. Thank you.